Okay, let's talk about it. That journey from zero to $100,000. It's a story we hear all the time, right? But I'm going to tell you, the version you've been sold, that's not the real one. Not even close. So yeah, let's get into it. I mean, you see it everywhere, right? You open your phone and boom, another trading guru, another side hustle that's supposedly making thousands a month. Your feed is just, it's a nonstop parade of people winning. And it makes you wonder, right? It plants that little seed of doubt. If it's so easy for them, what am I doing wrong? And that's where it all begins, isn't it? With this big dream. It's this, like, powerful mix of feelings. There's hope, that you can actually change your life. There's curiosity about that one secret everyone seems to know. And then there's that little bit of desperation, that feeling that you're just stuck. And that combination, oh man, that's the fuel for this whole online get-rich machine. And what are they selling you? The promises are just wild. Turn $100 into thousands. Build a $10,000 a month business while you sleep. It's always the same story, isn't it? That real wealth is just one secret method, one course, one click away from you. And this right here, this thought, this is probably what keeps you up at night, scrolling. It's so simple, but it hits hard. It perfectly sums up that gap, that huge gap between the perfect life you see on the screen and what's actually in your bank account. Okay, so here's where we hit the brakes. Here's the reality check. The thing nobody really talks about is that making money, well, it's actually not the hardest part. The real challenge, the thing that makes all the difference, it's learning how to keep it. And this just lays it out perfectly. It's the two different worlds. On one side, you've got the influencer's perfect story. I made 10 grand this week. And on the other side, well, that's the reality for most people who try it. They lose money, they get frustrated, and their bank account is still sitting right where it was before. And look, these aren't just made-up scenarios. These are the classic traps so many of us fall into. You've got someone like Amit, who gets his first paycheck, thinks he can get rich quick with trading, and loses it all. Or Priya, who's making great money, but the more she makes, the more she spends. She's got nothing left. And then there's Rahul. He looks like he's got it all together, but in reality, he's one flat tire away from a total financial crisis. So you gotta ask, why is it so hard to hang on to your money? Well, it's because there are these invisible rules, these forces in the financial system that are always working against you, especially when you're not paying attention. Let's kind of pull back the curtain and see what's really going on. All right, rule number one, the biggest one, is inflation. And it's pretty simple, really. It just means that the cash you have tucked away in a savings account, it's losing its power. Every year, it buys you a little bit less. It's like a slow, silent leak in your wallet. And look at what this actually does to your money. Let's say you have 10 grand. You put it in a savings account, you get maybe 2%. But if inflation is at 6%, well, 10 years later, that $10,000 can only buy what about 6,600 can buy today. You didn't lose the money, but its value, it got crushed. And this gets to a really important point. We're all taught to chase a bigger salary, right? More income. But a high income is not the same thing as wealth, not at all. Think of your salary as just a shovel. Wealth is the hole you dig with it. It's what you keep, what you invest, and what you grow. You can have a huge shovel, but if you're just throwing the dirt everywhere, you end up with nothing. But okay, it's not all bad news. Because while some forces work against you, there is one incredibly powerful force that can work for you. And that's compounding. Seriously, look at this. $100 a month doesn't sound like much, but you let it ride, and over time, something amazing happens. Your money starts making money, and then that money starts making money. By year 25, look, the growth is doing way more work than you are. This is the actual secret. This is the magic. So if all that online hype is just noise, what's the real way to do it? Let me be honest with you. It's not sexy. It's not going to get a million views on a reel. It's boring. It's quiet. But you know what? It actually works. So here it is. 3 simple, realistic things you can actually do. 1, invest consistently. Even if it's just $50 or $100 a month, set it and forget it. 2, instead of chasing side hustles, build a real skill that makes your main job pay more. Then invest the difference. And 3, and this is maybe the hardest one, just be patient. Learn to say no to the get-rich-quick stuff and protect the money you've worked so hard for. Now, let's fast forward 5 years and see where these two paths lead. The person chasing every trend, they're burned out, stressed, and they've barely moved the needle. Their net worth is pretty much nothing.
But the slow builder, the one who is just quietly, consistently putting in the work, they've built something real, something stable. The difference is just it's night and day.
And really, it all boils down to this one idea. This is the truth nobody wants to sell you because, well, be patient and consistent doesn't get a lot of clicks. But real wealth, it's not built in some viral video. It's built in the quiet moments, with the boring, disciplined choices you make day after day, year after year. So I'll leave you with this question, and it's not for me, it's for you to think about. Now that you've seen the glitzy online dream, the harsh reality, and the slow, quiet path that actually works, which path are you on?